everyone. Welcome to the Dark Helmet Racing League Season 5, Round 7. We're at Spa. Most of the racing was pretty good tonight. Sprint looks like it has more incidents than the feature. So let's get into it. I think some of them are stack-up events. So let's see what we got. Nice bit of sportsmanship there. Alex just gets in a little too deep, clips Todd. Todd gets nice big slide, saves it, and Alex waits for him. So we'll just note this just because we like to see it. Just in case anybody needs to say anything later, we have a record of the place was given back. And noted for him. Alright, let's unpack this one a bit because it seems like a bunch happened here. So, going into the corner, looks like the 280 breaks themselves compared to everyone else. Just avoids major contact with, I guess that's Adam in the purple Audi, or McLaren. And then Adam is still the same pace as everyone else, keeping there, but probably did not get a call from his spotter. That he had a car inside until he had already turned in. So if we slow this right down, really, I know we say overlap, any overlap gives you a right, but at turn in here, Adam would have had no clue that that Audi was there. Would have been out of mirror, out of screen, everything. Then as he turns in, so this would have been on the 280 to avoid the contact. So let's go into the 280, see what he could see versus what Adam could see. So cockpit. So he goes too deep, and then you can see the nose there. You should be trying to bail out of that. It's a hard situation to be in. Which does cause chaos behind. Let's go look at the amount of overlap here. Let's go to air chase. And let's just get the camera so we can actually see it. It's not coming up. And my camera doesn't want to come up. That's fun. So it's front tire to rear tire. So not any kind of same to the corner. So this is going to be on the 280. And it's going to be at 2.5 right now. Let's just see what the rest goes on here. So he comes out of it pretty good, but Adam gets spun around, gets tagged by the 77 as well as the 888. Okay. Okay, so let's do, we're in, we're on car, so let's go to Nathan here. And driver 288. Vital contact 2.5. Let's throw that in there. Okay, so with Adam, that is noted, but let's make sure Adam has a safe rejoin, which I'm pretty sure he does. Okay, so that's that incident noted. Ryan, I don't think he had any part of this other than just clipping it. So I'm going to put him as noted too. Careful on the rejoin. Noted for him. Troy, I think, is also going to get a noted. I have no idea how I did not hit Troy. But I didn't. I blinked and I missed it, I think. Yeah, so Troy was also going to get a noted. And then, why is the other incident in this not coming up? But let's go look at it because it was actually a really, really awesome piece of sportsmanship. I already watched this in the break between the two. So we had Philip, and for some reason this did not generate an incident point. I guess iRacing was too busy watching everything else to catch this one. But here we had Philip get caught by the checkup, and then Brandon Powell gets into the back of him here. So Philip checks up right there. Brandon gets in the back of him, spins him. And then this piece is what's awesome about this. Brandon pulls over and stops. This is incredible sportsmanship. He waits for Philip to get going again. Philip just makes it across the track before Todd comes through. He waits for Todd or Phil to go back through, and then he continues on. So great job of sportsmanship. There's no incident point here to call it, but great job. Thank you very much. That's awesome to see. That's what keeps racing here fun for everyone, is the respect that we have for each other. Action on that one. Action. Oops. So let's just watch the speed at the bottom corner here. I don't think Nathan brake checks him or anything. Just waiting for the car to rotate. It's 98, 97, 90, down to 91. Trying to get the car to rotate a little tap of the brakes there, but he's trying to get the car to rotate around and just catches the nose of Troy, which spins Troy. So racing incident on Nathan here. Just make sure From Troy's point of view, what happens? Same thing. And then Troy rejoins a racing incident. And then Phil getting way too deep. Trying to make the lunge. Trying to recoup some spots here. So we have Phil down the inside of Mark. Phil goes all the way to the curb to try to avoid. Ends up rail sliding the curb by looks of it. And getting into the side of Phil, or into the side of Mark. I'm pretty sure he even apologized for this one during the session. But he came off the worst of it. And Mark didn't have anything out of that, so we're going to call that one a racing incident as well for both of those. And that is all that happened in the sprint. In the feature, okay, that one's got a bit to unpack. Let's take a look at it. So, looks like Nathan behind Brandon. As they go up to the final chicane, Brandon's ahead, and he is slightly to the right. Nathan has got a little to the left of him. I don't know if there's any overlap right here. Let's slowly move it forward. Nathan touches the grass. Brandon's still coming. There is overlap now. Nathan kind of loses it on the grass, turns into Brandon, and then causes them both to go sailing off. Now, the outside is an uncommon passing opportunity here, but it is one that can be used, and one that I have used in the past as well. It does take everyone to be aware that it's happening, and the natural racing line is to slowly drift left here into the braking zone. So Brandon is technically on the racing line. And actually, let's turn that on. Let's go see what iRacing says the racing line is here, because it's one of the few things that we can actually do in sim racing that you can't do in the real world. That really helps. So now we have the racing line on, so you can see Brandon is following the normal racing line, but he should have left Nathan room. We do say overlap. Any overlap should be given room. Here, this is very similar to what we had at Sebring last week, with a tiny bit of overlap causing contact. It's a very similar thing. One driver's kind of moving over to the left, all the other cars there up against the grass. We're going to do the same thing as on the other incident. So this is on Brandon. Let's highlight Brandon here. Where my mouse is. There it is. Notice for the driver of the 14. Avoidable contact 2.5 because everyone got damage from this. Okay. And let's just play it all the way through so we can see there's any rejoins. Brandon went for one hell of a ride. Nathan waits for the field to go through. Huge damage on him. He goes back to the pits. Nice, safe rejoin. He waited till everyone went through. And let's see what happened to Brandon. I'm pretty sure he towed with that amount of damage. Yeah, he's already gone, which is unfortunate for these two. That would have come out of a shock to Brandon as well. Like I said, he was feeling like he was on the normal racing line. Probably didn't even get told by a spotter until the contact happened that there was overlap. Like he had a driver to his left. So that's unfortunate in between those two. And Josh recovering here, but I got to commend Josh. Josh was on it tonight. He was definitely the fastest bronze at one point, and having one of his better nights. It was great to see. Unfortunate for this. Yeah. Cars were so nervous tonight. The Porsche was just like this, super nervous. I tried everything in the setup to try to get rid of it, but fortunately, catches Brandon out here. Catches a good area to get rejoined. No action on that one. William, we have a newer driver. Oh, that sucks too. Similar thing. Car just kind of took off on him. No action. No action. Boy. Been tank slapper at the top of Blanchimont. Mark Sherman. Again, super nervous. The Acura definitely looked like it was a handful through here. On that one. Bunch of Stewart warnings and drive-throughs. After he finishes? No. At this point, I think he's dead last. He hasn't finished, though. Hmm. I don't like to see intentional crashes, especially when you haven't finished. So I'm just going to say it in here. Don't do that again. I'm not going to give you an incident or a penalty for it because you did it when absolutely nobody's around. But let's try not to do intentional crashes, especially while you're still in the active race. Okay, and that's all of them. So overall, we had 3 incidents tonight. One was a place given back, which was awesome to see. Another one didn't even catch, which was a fourth incident here. That was awesome. Great camaraderie there from everyone, sportsmanship. So all in all, great night. Um, Comments in YouTube, requirements for this league, really nothing. Uh, look us up on Discord. There's a link in the description for this. For DHRL, there is also the league on YouTube or on iRacing. Same again, Dark Helmet Racing League. We have platinum, silver, and bronze class drivers. So we like to see everyone out. We try to mix you into the class that makes sense, so we have good hard racing with everyone, and that's what we like to see. And I think that's it for me tonight. Thanks everyone for coming out. We'll see you at round 8, which I don't even know where it is right now. Let's go look that up. We're at Monza next week with rain. So looking forward to it.